today's topic is circle drawing algorithm. We are going to discuss about the many types of the circle drawing algorithm. There are three types of the circle drawing algorithm. First one is called as a DDA circle drawing algorithm, and second one is also called as a Bayesian circle drawing algorithm, and last one is called as a midpoint circle drawing algorithm. So now I am going to start your next topic, DDA circle drawing algorithm. What is the DDA circle drawing algorithm? DDA in the sense digital differential analyzer circle drawing algorithm. In this algorithm, if you want to draw any type of a circle on the monitor screen with the help of any type of a programming language, then you have to require a DDA circle drawing algorithm. Now we will see the concept and derivation of the DDA circle drawing algorithm at the origin center of the circle. Means अगर आपको किसी भी टाइप का सर्कल ड्रॉ करना है origin point से, then how to calculate the value of radius and how to calculate the incremental value of the x coordinates and incremental value of the y coordinates. So firstly we will see the derivation of the DDA circle drawing algorithm. Guys, you know that the circle of the radius of the circle is called as the x square plus y square is equals to r square, where r is the radius of the circle. And how to calculate the differential equation of the circle? Then we need to take out the differentiation on both sides with respect to y. Means 2x dx plus 2y dy is equals to 0. And then we need to calculate the differential equation for the circle. So that's why we need to calculate the dy upon dx value. 2y dy is equals to minus 2x dx, and dy upon dx will be is equals to minus x upon y. And then what will be the value of next coordinates, delta x value and delta y value? These are called as the incremental values of the x and y coordinates. So that's why delta x is equals to epsilon y, which is taken from this differential equation. Just because we have to take out the incremental value, then we have to consider a one type of a incremental symbol, epsilon. This is represented by a epsilon value, which is called as a incremental symbol. So that's why delta x will be epsilon y and delta y will be minus epsilon x, just because here del dy is equals to negative value of the x. So that's why del y is equals to minus epsilon x. And then how to calculate the value of this epsilon? How to calculate? Then we need to check the condition. Your radius must be less than 2 to the power n minus 0.01156. Clear? So this is the calculation of the epsilon value. Now we need to calculate the incremental step, means incremental x and y coordinates. So I am going to the next step, x n plus 1 and y n plus 1. How to calculate the value of x n plus 1 and y n plus 1? We need to consider our previous step, means x n comma y n step at the origin of the circle, where you want to execute 0, 0. So that's why applying the concept incremental steps, we have xn plus 1 will be xn plus epsilon, means incremental value of the y-axis. So that's why overall entire value of the xn plus 1 will be xn plus epsilon yn, and the incremental value of the yn plus 1 is equals to yn minus epsilon xn plus 1. What is the xn plus 1? This is the newly calculated value of the x-axis. This value xn plus 1. Everybody understand these things? Yes. I'm not saying here epsilon xn. I'm saying here epsilon xn plus 1. Just because this xn plus 1 is also a newly calculated value. In previous step, xn plus 1 is equals to xn plus epsilon yn. So this is the entire description or derivation for calculating the epsilon value. Means epsilon is equals to the power minus n. Just because this value is also directly used in your algorithm. So now we need to see the algorithm of the DDA circuit drawing algorithm. Is step number first, DDA circuit drawing algorithm. Read the radius r of the circle and calculate the value of epsilon, which you have already calculated here. The value of epsilon. And the next step will be start of x is equals to 0 and start of y is equals to 0. It means that you need to start the drawing the circle at the origin of the circle, means center of the circle. So that's why that will be also I started from 0, 0. Clear? Then next step of the DDA circle drawing algorithm will be step number 1. You need to assign your previous value in the x1 of x is assigned in the x1 variable, and the value of start of y is assigned in the y1 variable. Then you need to check your condition and also solve your incremental steps. How to calculate incremental step? You need to use the do while loop. Means in the do loop, x2 means check the condition. x2 is equals to x1 plus epsilon y1. Clear? What is the x2? x2 is xn plus 1 coordinates. So here xn plus 1 coordinates, and x1 is also represented a value of xn. So x2 is equals to x1 plus epsilon y1, and then y2 is equals to y1 minus epsilon x2. Guys, please concern on this step. I'm saying about this step, y2 is equals to y1 minus epsilon x2. I'm already telling you that x2 is also called as a xn plus 1, and x1 is equals to xn value. So you need to calculate the value of y2 is equals to y1 minus epsilon x2, and x2 stands for the value of xn plus 1. So that's why now you need to plot the points, means integer of x2, which you want to calculate in newly x and y coordinates. So integer of x2 comma integer of y2, and then what will be the next coordinate? The value of x2 and y2 again assign the term of x1 and y1, and then repeat this step until and unless you does not find your previous starting points. It means while y1 minus start So final, this is the overall entire description and your algorithm of the DDA circuit drawing algorithm. In these type of steps, firstly you need to calculate the read of the radius of the circle, and then you need to calculate the starting values of your origin points. Means always started from the 0, 0, and then you need to assign this 0, 0 means previous steps value into any another variables like that x1, y1, and then you need to check the incremental conditions, means x n plus 1 and y n plus 1. So if I is equals to, suppose n is equal to n, the value of n is equals to 1, then next value will be x2 and y2. So that's why here x2 I am calculating here x2 and y2. x2 will be x1 plus epsilon y1, and y2 will be newly calculated x2, newly calculated the value of x. So I am writing here y1 minus epsilon x2, and then simple you need to plot that type of a points, means plot the integer of x2 comma integer of y2, and then finally you need to repeat this step until and unless you does not find your previous origin starting points, means your x0 and y0 0 comma 0, and then finally in other terms we can say that y1 minus start of y is less than your epsilon value. Now you need to stop your calculation or stop the algorithm. Final end of the process for the DDA circuit drawing algorithm. Is that clear, everybody?